Yeah, well, I'm going to try not to get filthy tonight. Brian likes to call me the filthy Floridian, but I'm going to try not to do that tonight. We're all here to laugh. We're all here to say goodbye to Brian, who has started stand-up Seoul here in Korea. But I'm a kindergarten teacher, and it's shh.
Shush everybody.
Shush everybody. I will teach you. I will treat you like my kindergartners. Put your finger over your mouth. You're a little baby. Shh. I'm joking. Okay. So we're all teachers. I unfortunately teach kindergarten. I teach 5-year-olds, and that's really hard majority of the time. And we were at school the other day, and I was telling them to get their phonics books out and to get their pencils out, and this kid goes, "Why, teacher?" And every kid in my class turned to him and said, "Because teacher said so." I was like, oh man, I'm either Meryl Streep in the movie Because She Said So, or I'm my mother. I'm not quite sure which is worse, but I'm turning into someone and I don't know. But so a couple weeks ago, like, one of my kids smelled like shit for like 2 hours. And I was like, I asked my whole class like 12 times, I was like, who made the poo smell? Who made the poo smell? No one would say anything, right? And I'm like, dude, this classroom stinks. I'm opening windows. I'm turning on the aircon. It's fucking 20 degrees outside. I'm turning on the aircon. I'm like, dude, fucking smells in here. My co-teacher comes up to me the next day and she's like, oh, Daniel shit his pants yesterday. And I'm like, about what time? I teach from 10 to 2:30. She goes, oh, about 10:15. I go, wait a minute. He sat in my class for 3.5 hours with shit in his pants and didn't tell anyone. She's like, yeah, and I go, wait, but he rode the bus home? She's like, yeah, he rode the bus home. I was like, why didn't he tell anyone? She goes, he was afraid he made the poo smell. I was like, damn, I need a new word for that, man. He's got to admit that. That's not okay. His asshole's got to be hurting today. That's not alright. I don't like the fact all you guys are like, oh, you made him shit his pants. I did not. He choosingly shit his pants and did not tell me. He didn't even tell the Korean co-teacher in Korean. I pulled her in, I was like, dude, it smells like shit. Talk to him in Korean. She's like, blah, 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 blah. No one said anything. I was like, alright, someone just farted. It's okay. Open a window. No, he went home with that shit in his pants. That was not cool. But we were in phonics class, I hate to admit this, but yesterday. And I told my co-teacher, I was like, dude, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. She's like, alright, I'll keep them entertained. I'm like, alright. So I go to the bathroom, and it was one of those, like, you gotta pee right now kind of situations. So I was like, I can't wait for phonics to be over. I gotta pee. So I ran to the bathroom, and it was one of those, like, you gotta pee, but you gotta take a shit at the same time. That might be TMI, I'm sorry. But, so I get in there, and I'm like, I'm finished, and I go back to my classroom, and all the kids are like, teacher, long time. I'm like, what do you mean long time? They're like, 11 minutes. I'm like, how do you spell cone? How do you spell cone? They're like, teacher, 11 minutes. I'm like, how do you spell cone? Long O. How do you spell cone? Like, teacher, 11 minutes. I'm like, shit, I should have skipped that time telling lesson. I should have told you guys time. And then so I told him, and this little kid who doesn't know anything, he's like the stupid kid in the class, he looks up and he goes, teacher, poo-poo? And I couldn't help but look at him, and I was like, yeah, teacher poo-poo. So they all look at me, and they're like looking at me. And I'm like, yeah, but see, the difference is I didn't need Kelly teacher. I know how to wipe my own ass. I am not 6 years old. I know how to wipe my own ass. So after that day, exactly, thank you. I know how to wipe my own ass.
You're welcome.
Like Big Daddy, what does he say? But I don't know how to wipe my own ass. So I'm sitting there after the day of the kid shitting his pants and them catching me take a shit in the middle of phonics. And I'm like, dude, I really need to go take some aggression out. And my friend's like, you want to play some screen golf? Fuck yeah, I want to play some screen golf. I'll hit the shit out of some balls.
Did you do that already?
With a golf club, I will hit the shit out of some balls. So we go to screen golf, and I'm like talking all this shit to my friend. I'm like, dude, I took golf in college. You're totally gonna lose at this game. I took golf in college. Unfortunately, yes, I have to admit, I took golf 101 in college. I will not tell you which university I went to that offers golf 101 as a senior exit requirement, but I'm just gonna go with it. But so I'm taking golf 101. So we're at screen golf and I'm talking all this shit to my friend. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna beat your ass. A professional taught me. We get up there and I fucking double par the entire course. I end up with a score of 165. I was like, not so good. He's like, but I parred 17 out of the 18 holes. I was like, I double parred 18 out of the 18. What's the big difference? Like, it's still good. Alright, that was my big joke. Thanks a lot, guys. Laugh, bitches! Alright, well, I'm Cassie. I just want to say one thing to Brian. I know everyone's been sentimental all night, but Brian started stand-up comedy here in Seoul for us, and we all appreciate it, so the rest of us that suck can get up here and do it about once a month. But thank you, Brian, for everything that you've done. Hope you make it in Canada, and maybe we'll come see you in the upper north. Y'all have a great night.
Cassie. Alright, it's getting late. You guys are getting rowdy. You gotta keep it down for those of you who are talkative. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to. Downstairs is open. We gotta keep going. This next guy, it's his first time. He's Cassie's friend. Stand-up soul. Welcome. Last name Hopkins. First name Andrew. From Oregon. I said, what the fuck's up, man? Come on, let's hear it. Alright, I gotta take a piss, so I'm gonna be pretty quick. My friend Cassie over here, she kind of juked me into this shit. I'm not really a comedian. And she was like, the other night, she's like, hey, you're funny, you should do stand-up. And I was drunk, so I was like, okay. And yeah, pinky swore on that shit. That's for real right there, dude. I'm telling you, you pinky swear on something, you're fucked. But anyways, I'm from Oregon. It's not Oregon, it's Oregon, so get the fucking shit right, alright? And for all you people talking, I'm not gonna be nice and go, shh, shut the fuck up! There's people up here trying to do their comedy. Show some respect, alright?
Can I fucking hear the guys that are loud?
What's up? You like homos naked?
Shut up or I'm gonna fuck you.
Hey, he likes to see homos naked, so you better watch out. Anyways, so the other, how did anybody celebrate Halloween out here, huh? Yeah! Yeah, Halloween was the shit, right? You know what I dressed up as? I dressed up as a tranny. Yeah, what's up with that? I dressed up, I wore fishnets, a Tina Turner wig, yeah, purple. I look like a fucking trailer park Tina Turner. I was at the loft, right, and I was dancing. I had my ass out and I was shaking it about, you know? This guy, he comes up and hits on me, you know? He puts his hand on my shoulder and started grinding up on me. I flipped a bitch, I was like this, you know? He's all rubbing up on me, I'm like, yeah. And then I went like this, peekaboo! Oh shit! You should have seen that guy. He flipped the fuck out. A couple weeks after that, you know, I'm at the Grand Old Opry, you know, the old country bar, you know that? I was up there, my friends were partying at the loft, and I was fucked up. I went up there, and I walk in the loft to see if I know anybody, you know, and this guy, he bumps into me. And I was like, oh, excuse me, and he's like, fuck you, man. He pushes me, he pulls a fucking knife out on me, right? He fucking comes, this is a true story, too, ask my buddies. He pulls a knife out of me, right? And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And he goes, swing at me with a fucking knife, and I fucking hit him. He falls to the ground. I run away. Easy as that. I'm a bitch, yeah, so what? Fuck you. If you want to fight, I'll pull my pants down, because nobody wants to fight a naked guy. I'll do the helicopter on your motherfucking ass. Yeah. What's up? Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys don't laugh, I don't give a fuck, because I'm leaving anyways. I'm like this guy right here. You guys say he looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think he looks like Fat Joe. I'm just saying.